This is how one crucial mistake took Lil Skies from one of the most promising young artists to now a rapper that many fans only listen to for nostalgia. After dropping multiple iconic SoundCloud hits, today you'll often hear people claim that Lil Skies fell off. As a casual fan looking at his page, it's easy to think that Skies just stopped dropping music for a while and presumably took a break to spend time with this new kid. However, as we begin to dig into the exact truth behind Lil Skies' disappearance, it's actually much deeper than it all seems. It's no secret that interest in Lil Skies has been on a steady decline as of recent, really ever since he blew up in 2018. His last album flopped in terms of sales, he's now dropped under 5 million monthly listeners on Spotify for the first time in years, he's losing over 20,000 followers per month on Instagram, and honestly I feel like a lot of these younger hip-hop fans simply aren't familiar with his music or don't even know who Lil Skies is.
Pay all this f***ing money to just come here and stand like this. Y'all look weird as shit. Turn the f*** up. You are not too cool to jump. Turn the f*** up.
There's a few reasons I'd say are easily responsible for Skies' decrease in mainstream popularity, all of which we're about to cover in this video. However, one big misstep has stood out from the rest. Lil Skies has been a family man from the start. Born in the quote small redneck town of Chambersburg, Pennsylvania, it was actually his dad who inspired him to start music at the age of 4. His dad rapped by the name Dark Skies, and the two even released a project together in 2013.
They love what I does in my snapback, snapback, on, backpack, on. I'm the freshest in the game, I put that on.
Along with his dad, Lil Skies' brother is also a rapper too. With currently over 30,000 monthly listeners as well as multiple face tats, Cameron Hauser has been attempting to follow in his brother's footsteps. Skies not only has verses on 2 of Cameron's most popular songs, but he also often brings him out at shows to perform with them. Then of course we know about Skies' close relationship with his mother, naming his debut album Shelby in honor of her and featuring her on the cover.
I decided to name my project after my mom because, you know what I mean, she's solid, she's my inspiration.
I love the tattoo on his face. I love that.
Clearly, family is very important to Lil Skies, and as we'll see in a second, he'll do anything for them. Back in July of 2019, just a few months after the release of Shelby, Lil Skies became a father himself, something he says totally changed the way he views life and music.
I take my music so serious, but like that's one thing when I leave here and I'm dead and gone, is what I want to be great at, is being a dad.
One thing about Lil Skies is that he's clearly never been a rapper for the clout or fame. This man basically has zero social media presence online. As an artist today, that's not a good thing, and there's very few that can successfully pull it off. But Skies keeps his life pretty private now, and you don't really see him outside. Literally, his last tour was back in 2019 alongside Lil Pump, which Skies is low-key a good performer, so I think not touring in years aside from festivals is a mistake in itself. But following the birth of his son, as well as combined with the coronavirus pandemic in 2020, Lil Skies essentially went ghost on social media and didn't drop new music for months. Skies has cited depression and anxiety through numerous social media rants in the past, as well as saying he has a personal life and family outside of the internet. But as an upcoming rapper trying to establish yourself though, going ghost is about the worst thing you can do for your career. However, according to Lil Skies' side of the story that we're about to hear, the truth behind his disappearance wasn't actually his fault. Do you know what else isn't Lil Skies' fault? Getting hacked by leakers who steal his music, which can also cause delays in release schedules. But thanks to today's sponsor, Atlas VPN, you no longer have to worry about internet privacy or security. Basically, if you don't know what a VPN does, they decrypt information and filter traffic safely to your device, protecting your location, search history, emails, and the rest of your online personal data in the process. For a limited time summer discount, Atlas VPN could be yours at only $1.83 per month by clicking the link down below. There's also no limit to how many devices you can protect, so all you need is a single subscription. Another dope advantage of VPNs is getting early access to music. For example, let's say you live in New York and your favorite artist Lil Durk is releasing an album at midnight Eastern. Well, using Atlas VPN, you can set your region to a different time zone and then stream music hours earlier than your friends. With over 6 million users worldwide, Atlas VPN currently offers the most affordable deal on the market. But again, the $1.83 price is only for a limited time. And if you use my link down below, Atlas VPN will also gift you an extra 3 months free, along with a 30-day money-back guarantee. By the time Lil Skies was a teenager, all he wanted to do was make music. Inspired by legends like Lil Wayne, 50 Cent, and fellow Pennsylvania rapper Wiz Khalifa, Skies began uploading tracks to SoundCloud and YouTube, including his first mixtape, Good Grades, Bad Habits, in 2015. Then after years of grinding to little success, following the release of singles such as Rude, Off the Goop, and most notably Signs of Jealousy in 2017, it was clear that Lil Skies was about to blow up and every major record label was after him.
Lil Skies, what's your SoundCloud? Lil Skies on SoundCloud? Lil Skies.
Skies would go on to officially ink his first deal with Atlantic Records in 2017, in partnership with his own label All We Got Entertainment. Skies' debut commercial single under Atlantic was then his breakout hit Red Roses. Although first posted on SoundCloud 4 months prior, Red Roses was re-released alongside a music video with Cole Bennett, still one of the most iconic lyrical Lemonade videos. He would keep the momentum rolling and release his debut major label mixtape Life of a Dark Rose in January of 2018. This now platinum mixtape carried Lil Skies into the mainstream and features many of his biggest hits to this day. Filled with smooth auto-tune flows and catchy melodic hooks, Life of a Dark Rose is in my opinion one of the best projects from that SoundCloud era. The following year, 2019, would see Skies release his debut studio album Shelby in February, going on to peak at number 5 on the Billboard charts and sell an impressive 54K first week. Everything was going great for Lil Skies, and honestly it felt like he couldn't miss. With sold-out shows across his first ever headlining tour, Skies continued to turn doubters into believers. However, like we see happen so often in the music industry, everything was about to quickly change for the worse. As a 19-year-old kid faced with millions of dollars right in front of you, that's very difficult to turn down. So back in 2017, when Lil Skies was offered his first record contract and the opportunity to secure millions for him and his family, signing the contract seemed like an easy decision. But we see so many young artists sign bad record deals. The truth is, the music industry can be an evil business and a lot happens behind the scenes we don't see or hear about. Record labels are also typically some of the most greedy people who will basically do anything to swing a profit. So as an artist, once you sign your name on that dotted line, depending on the details of the agreement, most times they essentially now own and control you in your career, meaning you can only drop music when they give you the green light. Countless new rappers either don't read the fine print of their contract or don't fully understand the verbiage, but still sign because of the money and later go on to regret it.
When I signed, I didn't really know what was in my contract. I was young, I think I was like 20. So now they're telling the bitch that she can't drop no music. It's really just like a greedy game.
While we don't exactly know the full details of Lil Skies' contract, it's clear that according to him, somewhere along the way he signed a bad deal with Atlantic. Record label contracts are typically 1 to 2 years for a young artist like Lil Skies, which means he would have had to re-sign with Atlantic at least once since 2017. Y'all be acting like I'm dead just cause I ain't dropped, Skies posted in reference to his label allegedly holding him back. Relax, it's a lot behind the scenes going on y'all don't know and I can't speak about right now. Just know I'm getting through it for y'all, trust my process. When you're a hot artist and all of your releases are hitting like they were back when Skies first signed, labels are going to market you heavy and put big budgets behind you. However, the opposite is also true, that when you're not pulling close to the same numbers as before, record labels are quick to shelve you and your music, as well as barely push the songs they do let you release.
Bro, when I got signed, bro, they take over all your shit. They ask you all these questions like, all right, what's your password to this? Do you ever got an account over here? We need the password to this.
In many cases, labels will simply move on to the next popping artist on their roster. And here with a major company like Atlantic, they hold some of the biggest artists in the world under contract. I seen that I was tied to another artist, said Waka Flocka Flame regarding his time with a major label. They told me, you're hot, we throw the money. But if you don't have a song that's buzzing, they don't care about you. If you're signed to a major label, you're a slave. However, the good news is for Lil Skies though, as of March 2023, Lil Skies is officially an independent artist and is no longer signed to Atlantic Records. I'm finally free, shit don't seem real. Skies has now been removed from Atlantic's website and is in full control of his music output.
One thing y'all gotta know is now, your boy is independent, bruh. I'm fully independent, just me. You feel me? I ain't get dropped by my label, no crazy shit, nothing like that, bro. No, I'm independent, it's my choice. Even after what I've been through, it's crazy that I still wanna go to the studio and make songs, bro. Like, y'all have no idea, bro. Y'all have no idea.
But while it's great to see Skies back happy recording songs again, the music he's been releasing these past 2 years has been met with very mixed reviews from fans. Lil Skies really used to be one of my favorite rappers coming up, and even though I'll still give his new music a listen, it's easy to hear that he shifted away from that original sound that blew him up. Instead of those melodic smooth flows that fans love, the majority of his recent releases have been heavy beats with more freestyling bars. Lil Skies can obviously do what he wants, but as a listener and big fan of his in the past, it's pretty clear when he's freestyling in songs compared to actually writing lyrics.
I wrote a song because I ain't wrote a song in so long. I actually been just going off the top, just coming off my head.
Don't get me wrong, it's cool for artists to experiment and try new sounds, but in the case of Skies, a lot of his fans don't exactly like this new direction. This doesn't even sound like Lil Skies, one fan tweeted. Back in high school, I thought Lil Skies was going to be huge, and then he did a complete 180 with his music. We want the old Skies back.
I hope I grow every album. That's the goal. I don't want my last album to sound like the one before. You know what I mean? I try to switch it up. I want to have different flows, different sounds, different topics, different everything.
Lil Skies has definitely released songs such as a few on Unbothered that fans of his older music would enjoy. But the truth is, I just think people either don't care anymore or they don't even know he dropped a new album. After falling under 5 million monthly listeners on Spotify for the first time in years, that's honestly still not terrible. He has built himself a loyal fan base through the years and again has multiple nostalgic tracks. Lil Skies' first release back as an independent artist was his latest single, Bass, back in May. Along with being another song in this new style, he also no longer has the help of a major label to market his releases, even though it's not like they were really doing much for him there at the end.
It was just my situation, everything I was going through. I didn't want to give it to y'all that way and have certain people or companies taking this part and all that. No, I had to get this shit straight, you feel me? Even from my little man, I owe that to my son. As his dad, I gotta be on top of this business, bro.
Now at the age of 24 and without a true hit song in a few years, that's a long time in today's industry, especially considering people's attention spans. Skies claims that he's going to be flooding his fans with new music going forward, which I think is the best thing he can do at the moment, and just hope something sticks.
I've been ready, bro. I'm just y'all don't even know, bro. I can't wait, I'm excited, bro. I ain't been excited in a bot, bro, but I'm excited.
Lil Skies is not the first rapper to sign a bad record deal, and I guarantee you he won't be the last. However, along with a few other mistakes such as not dropping music for months, going ghost on social media, and then basically abandoning the sound that blew him up, it's easy to see why Skies has slipped in popularity. The good news is he's now independent and can release music on his own schedule. And although he has a lot of ground to make up if he wants to return to the heights he once was, the even better news is that Lil Skies seems to be happy again.